Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little beans out there. Okay, much love to you all, my delicious babies, and I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. And good morning and good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers. How I love you so. Okay, now then, I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my delicious babies, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. Now then, in my neck of the woods in the UK, the sun is shining, so what do? The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. Okay, so that's that. So 3, 2, 1, beam me up. There we go with my juicy little lights. Oh, are we having a party? Okay, now then, so we're now on part 2, okay. Now, I just want to point out to everybody that this is just a general conversation, okay. So myself and my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, it's a general conversation, okay. So it is not, and I have to just make this very clear to everybody, this is not to offend or upset anybody, okay. We're just having a general conversation, okay. And I'm feeling all hot and delish today because it's so beautiful outside and it's beautiful inside. Okay, so my dear little beautiful little friend Kaz, okay, part 2. Okay, so go on, Kaz, what was you saying? Sorry,
what
sweet.
I was saying is that
we're on take 4, by the way. To restart it 4 times.
My daughter's friend
yes
used to live with us.
Yes.
Right. She had some friends come,
yes.
come there, and I thought, what was the ruckus downstairs? So I went downstairs and I saw this Asian guy with his skirt on. It was
yes.
a tartan skirt. I thought, what the hell?
And how many years back was this, please, dear Kaz?
This was, oh gosh. When my daughter was still at university. So that was about 2010.
Yeah.
2010,
yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, what's going on here? I thought, why has he got a skirt on?
Yes.
It's crazy. He had one of those Doc Martin boots on.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, and the other one just had some tissues down his, down the front of his T-shirt.
Yes.
So,
like pretend
that he's got. So
yes.
I never said nothing more to it. And my daughter said, "Mum, come with us and you see what the differences." I said, "All right then." So I went with them and went to this club in town. It's the back of town, but
yes, town, I know where you're on about. Yeah.
And I got in. Shreen says, "This is so and so." I said, "Oh, please don't man me for somebody." Anyway, he was boring my socks off, and I thought, what is it? I thought, anyway, I was taking what he was saying, right? And some I don't, was not saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, I look round, there was some.
Sorry, everybody, just had to put my lip gloss on.
This lady came,
coffee,
man came in, but he's a man dressed up as a woman.
Yes.
Right, came in, he can put on makeup.
Oh, yes.
I thought, whoa, right.
Some of them are the better.
Yeah, had a long dress, very tall, and he had these big heels. I couldn't walk in there.
No. It's true, isn't it?
Big platform shoes with heels about 6 inch.
Yes.
And I can't walk in there, but there's him walking straight like it's nothing. So I thought, my goodness me. I thought, wow, you're good.
Yes.
That's all I can say, you're good.
You're good.
Anyway, obviously the guy's still chatting, and when he finished chatting what he was going to say and whatever, right, he said, "Do you want to drink?" I said, "Yes, please, thank you. I'm a bit thirsty." After hearing in my head, I said, hearing your chat. Right, so anyway, he was so kind, he bought me a bottle of wine.
Yes.
So I thought, oh, he says, you can't have a glass of wine, you're going to have a bottle of wine. I said, oh, thank you very much. Anyway, so I sat down and, in a bottle or whatever. Now, the one guy who was at my house
Mm.
thought he had every right to put his hand down my
Yes.
boobs.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, what the hell is he doing?
Yes.
I thought he was out of order.
Are you listening to this, everybody?
But he laughed, think it was funny.
Yes, that's what
So
they
he
do.
ran in the women's toilet.
Yeah.
I thought, this is a woman's toilet. Why is he running in the woman's toilet?
Mm.
So I got wine, right? So anyway, I said to him, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to.
Yes, sir.
So I hooked him up. I couldn't help it. I just hooked him up.
Mm.
I said, don't you ever in your lifetime, if you want to live to see your next birthday,
You love to see this.
don't ever you put your hand down there
It's
again.
true.
You're not
It's
my
true,
man.
Ken.
You're not my man.
Mm.
Right? Not even, the only two who can do that is my own two daughters, and they don't even do that.
Mm.
Right? But you, I said, listen, do it again, and you have no hand left. Trust me. So he apologized.
Mm.
Right. As the years went on, the same guy, right, who I know, and probably people see him on Facebook, right, now he's a woman.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
the NHS, you know, put him as a woman.
Yes.
Now he's got features of a woman, breasts,
Yes,
everything
yeah.
like a woman.
Because I put them on those tablet
That's
things,
right.
don't I?
And if you see him, you would not believe it.
No,
You would not believe that that was a boy.
that's right.
But now he's quarreling now, saying that he needs a partner.
Mm.
What partner is he going to get?
Mm.
Wouldn't you have to tell the partner the truth, what he is?
Well, you would have thought so, wouldn't you, really?
Because his mother doesn't want to know him,
No.
and that's the only son she's got.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
And it's sad, really. It's really sad because
Yeah.
you should love,
You should love-
you know,
yeah.
no
But-
matter what your sons
Yeah.
or daughters choose to be, you
Yeah,
should love
but
them
then,
anyway.
you know,
But
as
I've
I
heard quite a
say-
lot of this over the years, to be
but
honest.
the one with the Scottish skirt,
Yeah, the one with the Scottish skirt.
well, it's got what is tartan skirt, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
I couldn't believe that. He goes home, take off his skirt, put on his trousers, go home like he's a normal boy.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? And he lives in university after university after university and he can sew clothes. He can make fashion clothes, make you look stupid. Trust me, look wicked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But he's so lazy
Yes.
to do it. Just lazy.
Yes.
You know, to do those fashionable things, what he does. And I said, that's really crazy. How could you go home like you don't do nothing, you know?
Yes.
Because the parents doesn't know that.
It's like living, what it is, it's like living a double life, isn't it?
that's what he was
yeah,
doing.
And there's lots out there.
That's what
you
he
know,
does.
God
He
bless
goes
them,
home,
you know,
and his parents doesn't know that he is.
No.
You just think that, that he's just an ordinary boy.
Yes.
And they want him to marry him off, but he won't take nobody to marry because he's not.
Yes.
As it's because when he was talking to us at home, I know he said that his parents want to marry him off, found a girl. He said, don't get me wrong, he said the girl was nice.
Yes.
Right, and she fancied him. I said, but how can you be truthful to your own self?
Yes.
You can't marry that girl because you're not going to be in love with that girl. Because you're going to cheat on her.
But can I just say something, Kaz? Sorry to rudely interrupt you, and sorry everybody. But what I want to say is that you see there's an awful lot of this that went on where, there was like a man and woman, they were in marriage, I mean, you're talking like some who were like, in the 80s and 90s in years of age, and they've just, God bless them, but they've just lived a lie. So
yeah, they do live a lie.
They've just lived a lie for all of those years.
All
bless
those
them.
years, because at the end of the day, right, up to now, Shreen contacted, I mean, and he's still doing it, and he's still fooling his parents.
Yes,
and he won't tell his parents for what he is.
Yes,
because he knows that if he does that, because he's one of those high ranks.
Yes,
of Asian, you know what I mean?
Yes.
High rank, and they're quite well off. But, you know, but at the end of the day, you can't spend your life doing that to yourself.
No.
You know what I mean? And if he got married, he married her for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to fall in love with this woman.
No.
He'd be cheated on her.
It's just terrible, you know, the world that we're living in. I mean, everybody should just be able to just be who they want to be.
Yeah,
but some are being pushed.
Carla, no disrespect or anything or like that or whatever. To me, right, woman and man, man with woman, but it can't be woman. It can't be woman and man. I don't see where you say that you fancy that person.
Yeah, but that's the way.
But I suppose love, you know, the way they feel themselves, that's how they're attracted to.
Well, yes.
To that person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they can't help themselves to be that person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Yeah, but if we... Sorry to really interrupt you, dear Kaz, but if we fast forward now and everybody, if we fast forward to 2022 and what's taking place now, you know, like they're trying to force in schools.
Oh, yeah, because they're saying that boys can wear skirts going to school.
I mean, it's confusing, all of the little young bands, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I've got to tell you something else as well while we're on this subject. Years and years ago, because I'd never ever been to a gay club in my whole entire life, and I'm talking about when I was, how old was I? I was about 19 at the time. And anyway, so I was taken to this... you know, this gay club, and I've got nothing against anybody, you know, anybody at all, okay? I've got nothing against anybody, okay? But anyway, so I went there, and I said, you know, I said, whatever you do, I said, do not leave me on my own. Do you know what I mean? Because who I went with, he was gay, you see, right? Anyway, and I did this after work anyway. So I just got a bath and everything, you know, then out we went. And what happened was, well, you see, I had an experience. And this woman came up to me. This is straight up now, everybody. I swear to dear, I know she's laughing. This woman came up to me, and I swear to dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right, our dear Creator, you would never thought in a million years that she was gay. Ever. So at this point, this man who, you know, had taken me, he went off to the toilet, you know. And I thought, you know, and I thought, well, I did feel slightly uncomfortable, actually, really, to be quite honest with you. And because, you know, you've got to have eyes up your backside. Do you understand? And that is the truth, yeah?
This is true.
It's true, yes.
True, yeah.
And she came up to me. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, everybody. Honestly, dear Kaz, right? I swear to dear God, Jesus Christ and Nazareth, our dear Creator. She come up to me, and my hair used to be all the way down here, all spirally. You know what I mean? And so what she did was she came straight up to me and she tried to kiss me. This woman did. She did. She tried to kiss me. And I said to her, I said, well, what I mean is, like, yeah.
She bright.
Yeah, she did. Right? And I thought, I said, who's this cheeky woman there now?
She's very bright.
So, very flipping feisty anyway.
Bright.
So then she turned round to me, and I said to her, look, I said, I was being polite, and I said, look, I said, I'm not into women. I've got nothing against anybody. However they want to live is entirely up to anybody. They can live how they want to live. But me, I'm into men.
It's true.
Right? Not into women. Right? So the next thing you know what she did, dear Kaz? You know what she did, my dear delicious beautifuls out there? She, because she was pinching my bum.
Bright.
Yes. Right. I'm not joking, everybody. This is straight up what happened, but I got a little bit annoyed. Do you understand what I mean? And I said, now listen to me. I said to her, I said, now listen to me. I said, and listen to me good. I said, now I prefer a man. I won't say the word that I used, everybody, okay? Because I just like to keep it polite and clean, yes? But I did use another word. So you know what her response was?
No.
You're never going to believe this, right? I thought you'd see you. I thought you're cheeky, right? She turned round and she says, you have a woman. She says, you'll never go back. That's what she said. That's what she said, yeah.
Well, she can't keep me.
Yeah, it's froze. My phone's froze. Now, look, my phone's froze.
Cheeky devil.
Yeah, there we are. Phone's froze, everybody, but I'm not stopping the video, okay? So, yes. So that's what she did, yes. And then, you know, she was trying for half of the night to get me to go home with her.
Oh, cheeky devil.
I mean, was she having a flipping laugh?
She must be.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, she had a dream, probably.
Oh, I don't know. Or whatever she was doing anyway. But the fact of the matter is she managed to find another woman, she did, who looked similar to me from the back.
Okay.
Like with the hair and everything. And as she was on her way out, she held hands with this woman, yes?
But she's still...
And on her way out, slapped my backside of me.
Oh, my goodness. What a cheek.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And all this time, I was left on my flipping own.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I never went out again.
Well, it's the same thing.
And then there was and that same night, sorry everybody, but I've got to tell you this as well. I'll tell you what, I could tell you some stories, honestly, about, you know what I mean? But the one who I went out with, you know, this man who was gay, right? I actually stopped him from something bad happening, right? Because outside, under the pigeon tunnel it was, right? Under the pigeon tunnel, because we were waiting for a taxi, right? You know, because I had to order a taxi. And there were 4 men. You know, like all dressed in like biker gear.
Oh, gosh.
And they were waiting for who I'd gone out with, yes? For him. So I went out, you know, because I was already outside, do forgive me, right? So I went out, you know, while I was outside, and I said to them, I said, you're not taking him anywhere. Do you see what I mean? Well, of course, he'd had a fair few to drink, whereas with me... You know, and I didn't really drink. Do you understand what I mean? So, you see, I was like, well on the ball, do you see what I mean? And I said to these 4 men, and there's 4 of them, flipping 4, right? So you can imagine what was going to take place there then.
Of course.
Couldn't you? On a serious note now, everybody, because I could see it. And I told them. And, of course, because he was drunk, who I'd gone out with, because he was just totally being irresponsible. Do you understand what I mean?
Didn't care about his life.
Well... So I turned around and I said, now then, I said, you're going to wait for a taxi with me. I said, you're not going anywhere with them. And of course, because he'd had a drink, do you see what I mean? He was like, oh, they won't hurt me. I said,
They will. They will hurt him. Yeah.
I said, they flipping well will, you know. And I told them, and they told me to shut up. They said, well, you shut up, little girl. I said, come and shut me up. Do you know what I mean? I said, don't talk to me like that. Do not take. I said, do not even go there with me. I said, at the end of the day, I said, there's 4 of you and 1 of him. Do you see what I mean? I said, you're going to take advantage of him because he's had a drink. Oh, yes, I could tell you some stories, I could. Yes. So, well, anyway, I never went there again. No?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, going to those places...
I mean, I've got nothing against anybody out there, so I'm just saying that to you all. But to me, for a start off, I mean, I've got nothing against anybody. You walk into a club, I've got nothing against anybody.
It's just that it's
but to me, like with a woman, don't come up to me. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. Don't come up to me. Do not come up to me and start putting yourself on me.
I had one like that.
Do you know what I mean?
I had one like that. I was just standing there minding my own business. And she came along and I thought, you know, she sat down beside me and I thought, I thought to myself, oh, she's waiting for somebody. I sat down and I put my hand like, you know, on my lap.
Yes.
And all of a sudden she put her hand on, you know, I said, what do you think you're doing? She says, I've just found you, you know, really attractive.
That's what they do.
So I says to her,
But yeah, sorry to really interrupt you, dear little Kazran, and dear everybody, right? But let me say something. If the boot was on the other foot and you went to do that, do you see what I mean?
Yeah, they would just cuss you off. You
know? No, because it's like they can do what they want to do.
Well, you can't.
but you cannot. So it's like what Dear Kaz was saying earlier, that like, you know, that man, even though he was gay and he came up to Dear Kaz and touched her, you know, her chest, yes? Whereas if we was to go up and do something like that to them, yes.
Take it to court.
Get you locked up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because even when she did that, put her hand on, I said, what do you think you're doing? She said she found, I said, lady, I'm terribly sorry. But you see me.
This is just a general conversation, everybody. This is not meaning offensive to anybody, okay? I have to make that very clear, my little
You
lovelies.
may say you love women.
Yes.
But you see me, I love my man.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. I was born that way.
Yes.
And I'm living this way. And I will go the other way.
Yes.
Right? But I'm sorry, I'm not your kind of person.
Yes.
So she says, once you go, you never go back to a man. I said, lovey, you haven't got nothing there for me to nothing there for me to feel attracted, because you can't do nothing for me.
No.
Right. She said, are you sure? I said, I'm definitely sure.
Yes.
Right. I ain't got nothing there. What have you got? Tell me. What mean you got the same? What can you attract? Say I'm attracted to you. You're a woman. I'm a woman. There's no attraction here. Right? I'm just sitting here minding my own business. You came up to me.
That's right.
And you put your hand on me thinking
that's
that
right,
it's easy for you to... I said, no.
Yes.
It don't work that way.
No.
Right? So I'm not interested.
No.
So please, step aside. Go do dancing, what you was doing, or go find somebody else who you was doing. No problem. Anyway, she went off. And I went to sit somewhere else. But I had these drinks on the table.
Yeah, and that's another thing you've got to be careful of, because some years back...
You used to put things in your drink.
Like, yes, because I made sure that if I had a drink in my hand, there's no way that I'm putting it on the table. No way. But because you know...
Yeah, they could put drinks in, you know.
And I was hearing a lot about that years ago as well, spiking your drinks,
And of course, I called Shireen and, you know, and they said, what a lot of drinks here? I said, but they weren't open, they were...
Yes,
So I says, they just bought me them. So Shireen said, we're going to have a fun day. I said, well, you have a fun day?
Yes.
And then I went down to have a dance, and this is the one lady says to me, she says, you look familiar. I said, like who? She says, what's her name? There she is. Was saying, you know, my daughter.
Yeah.
And I says, oh, blooming neck. The spotters is now. I said, you're a mother and daughter. I says, yes, we are. She says, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to bring my mother, and my mother won't come.
Yeah.
I said, well, it's just an experience. I just wanted to know.
But I mean, the point to everything what we're saying, sorry to really interrupt you, sweet, is that, you know, we're just letting you know that, you know, when you go to different places and do you see what I mean, which I did many, many, many years ago. I mean, these days, I mean, to be honest with you, I cannot remember the last time I ever went to a club.
No.
And to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't want to go anyway.
No, because now it's changed.
It's all changed.
Because town's a bit quiet now. Because people are not... Kids are not going to the club nowadays.
No.
Because what it is, right, they're frightened that something will burst out. Right, but it's not as fun as it used to be in the 80s.
When you look at,
70s, you know what I mean? And the 90s. So nobody's not going nowhere.
No.
Right, so the government designed that way that nobody's go into town.
Yes.
That you, to them, don't matter what age you are, to say you enjoy yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what the design.
I feel sorry for the younger generation now. I really, really do. I feel so sorry for them now.
They're only going to university, going and going to school, come back home, and that's it.
Yes.
And nothing else.
Just you know.
The only thing you're invited to is a private party.
Yes.
Birthday party.
Yes.
Christening.
Yes.
Or funeral.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
And really, that's what's going on. You know what I mean? And the government designed it that way.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? Now...
Sorry, there's drilling outside to apologise.
But nowadays, I don't think the way the situation of this, they say COVID's gone up again, more likely it's going to be another lockdown.
Well, you see, if they can get away with it, I've said before and I say it again, you know, if they can get away with it, then that's what they'll do. They'll just keep...
And they don't realize the consequences they're going to have.
Oh, no, they do know.
They do know. Oh, okay, they do know. But the one is right, people will take their
government.
The people will take their lives, stress.
Yes.
Because they can't go out.
Yes.
You know, they're keeping in locked doors.
Yes.
And you think to yourself, for what?
Yes.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? But the only time you can go out is either you're jogging. What does it make a difference you're doing jogging or whatever? It's an everyday thing.
The thing that I have to say here, Kaz, is this, and every all my beautiful little babies out there, is that you see, I mean, you've still got ones who are in work, haven't you? So you've still got ones who are in work, okay, and that they may want to go and have a holiday or something like that. Do you see what I mean? So that's what they're, you know, wanting to do. Do you understand what I mean? And for a lot of them, they're not being able to, they're having everything, do you know what I mean? Now, there's some who may want to go and visit somebody else abroad.
But they can't.
And they cannot
because
go and do it.
Right, there's not enough staff to do the job. They sacked the staff what was there, you know what I mean, was to do the job. Now they have so many bags and they don't know where they come from.
Yeah, but did you hear about it, dear Kaz and dear everybody, that I mean, some holiday make, well, they wasn't getting their suitcases for days.
No, yeah, because it's been stuck into
Yes.
You can't get nothing.
Yes.
And none of that, right? Now they're making a trick now.
Yeah.
You paid your money, right, into your holidays and whatever. And if you get
but they want to keep the change, pounds, shilling, pence, dollars and change.
If you get a phone call for, you can't get no compensation.
Yes.
And I thought, that's wicked.
Yes.
Because your flight is cancelled. So you can't claim for it.
Yes.
Even though you paid that money.
Yes.
I thought, wow, I'm really making a buck. Because remember, so the holidays, nobody wasn't going for 2 years.
Well, if you're going to go, I mean, this is just me, but you just travel by boat.
Well, not even boat. Well, not even boat. If I go down Dover.
Yes.
Not even
Mind you, I do suffer with a bit of seasickness. I do, you know.
I can't eat. Oh no.
I remember when I was in, where was I? I was in Turkey. And I was with my sister, you know, my sister and her friend, and so when I was working in the jewellery, and we decided to go to where is it, Kusadasi in Turkey, and we booked this. And we booked this boat, right? Yeah. But what we never realised was, right, and of course there was some bathing up, because I do love to, I've got to be honest. I mean, no, I like to go and have a look at places, but but what I love to do is I do love to sunbathe as well. Do you know what I mean? But no, I love the sun, and the sun loves me,
I
right?
like sun, but I just have to walk in it.
Yeah, but can I just say something to you? Is that so we're on this top deck, you know, of this boat, right? Everybody, right? And dear Kaz and my dear beautiful babes out there, right? And because like you can dive from, you know, from height, do you know what I mean? Which I did do a couple of times, yes. Anyway, and but what happened was, all of a sudden the flipping sea, you know, like when it's really rough.
No.
All of a sudden, it just went really rough, the sea did.
No.
And,
So you was crossing.
no, my tummy was,
oh dear.
upside down it was. And I thought, any minute, I thought I'm going to flipping project. Do you know what I mean? I had to go and sit back on the lower. But the boat was flipping, rocking big time. And I thought, oh my dear. You know, and of course, we'd had something to eat as well. Now, that never helped.
No. Don't.
And I actually said to the one who's steering the boat, right, I said, please, I said, can I just go back? I said, because I just need to be on land. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I can cope with going on a boat for a short time, like, say, from, like, you know, Dover to Calais or something like that. I can cope with that. right? I just have to have lots of polo mints or extra
But
strong mints.
you couldn't
Because
go on a
peppermint's really
cruise.
good for sickness.
You couldn't go on a cruise.
No.
My dad's been on a
No.
cruise. Yeah, he took his wife.
I'm just not very good at things like that.
She went on a cruise. But that's it was all right.
And then when we went to Egypt, this is when I was with, my beautiful, delicious little daughter's dad. Yes, my ex. And we went to Egypt, when was it? 2005 that was. And well, of course, he'd booked a flipping boat trip, didn't he?
Oh, Lord. That's nice.
But guess what happened?
No.
Again, the sea was really flipping rough.
Because you're going over the...
So what was he doing? He remember this actually. Well, he said he did say, and it just started to, do you know what I mean? They let the rope go and everything, ready to sail out, like this.
Yes.
And he says, you know what? He says, I'm really not feeling too good. Right, and I said, please do not let me see you. And I says, because let me tell you, I says, you're going to make me feel ill.
So he went green.
So no, he did. There he was, projecting over the...
Yeah, green.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was really ill. And I had to go the other side of the boat, because I just cannot stand anything, like if someone's projecting or anything, like, oh, no. It really makes me feel flipping ill, So I just cannot help it. They're my weaknesses. I just cannot help it, And anyway, so he was all right for a bit. Anyway, so then he went snorkelling. Well, I didn't, because we had our eldest, beautiful, delicious little daughter then. Only my one daughter. Anyway, and and she was just she was only small, little, yeah. And anyway, so yes, but yeah, he was ill for half the day. But then he did go snorkelling. They were getting like coral. Okay. But yes, he was spent half the day flipping projecting over flipping board.
Oh, God.
Oof. And I just couldn't, because I knew it was just going to make me feel ill. Do you understand what I mean? Just looking at somebody would make me feel ill. So I'm all right, just like with short trips, if you know what I mean, but not. No. And of course, with the sea, it can just change at any time. Do you know what I mean? So it can be really calm, and then all of a sudden, whew,
it goes crazy.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I've been on a number of holidays. When I was in Turkey, I'm going to tell you all this as well, right? Because when I was in Turkey, that was with my sister and, and our friend anyway. And we went to go and have it's called a Turkish bath. Have you ever had one of those, Kaz?
No.
Right? It's a Turkish bath, right? So some of you out there, you may have had one. Well, you have to watch the flipping men, And I'm not just saying it, because I have been bikini and my shorts on and everything, right? And they said, we booked it in, to go and have this. And what they do is they get like loads and loads of foam, and do you know what I mean? It's really soapy. Oh, it's like a pillowcase, right? Well, it was anyway. When did I go now? 1997 with them, yes, right? And what happened is that they squeeze it, and then you lie down. Yes, you lie down, and then what they then do is they squeeze it, and then they sort of lather you, right, with this. No, it's true. They lather you with this, yes. And then what the general idea is that they clean all of your skin. Okay. Do you see what I mean? And then after that, they rinse you off. It sounds mad, but that's what they do. But the one thing you have to be careful of, is that, do you know what I mean? That they do not put their hands somewhere where they shouldn't put their hands. True, yeah. They tried it with me. Well, anyway, they got a flipping mouthful off me. Do you understand what I mean? Then that same flipping afternoon, it always happens to me, Never happens. Honestly, dear Kaz, dear everybody, it never happens to anyone else. It flipping happens. They dragged me into this barber's. So we came out of the Turkish bath. We'd all had a Turkish bath, right? Came out of there, and then this man who owned the barbers dragged me in.
For what?
He just plonked me. I swear to dear God, Jesus Christ, this is what happened. He flipping plonked me down in the seat, didn't he, at this barber's? And he got a lighter, and he was going, like where you get bits of tiny little hairs. Yeah. And he was going...
No.
To me?
No.
Yes.
No.
And then what he did is that not only that, and my sister and our friend was with us, right? And not only that, then he got my my shoulders. I thought, what's wrong with you?
No.
I thought you said flipping sandwich short of a flipping picnic anyway. No, because it weren't normal, was it? Just drag you off the street. And then he did this to me, and then just done something to my back and clipped my back.
Wow.
Yes. And then he just lifted me out the chair. He said, "You feel good? Have a nice day." I thought, has this really just happened to me? But it never happened to no one else.
No, I can't say no.
Yes. Mind you, I've got to be honest, my shoulders felt a lot better afterwards, you know.
Okay.
I felt really like, you know.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever he'd done, but he never put his hands where he shouldn't have. Do you understand what I mean? But the others tried it. They did. And like I said, they got a flipping mouthful off me, you know. Because that's what they do see in Turkey. And then we went to Marmaris as well. So this when my beautiful, delicious daughters were young, yes. And I said, I'm going up to the hotel room, you know, to settle, you know, my beautiful little babies, yes. And one of the waiters, because my ex was, you know, having a drink of beer, you know, downstairs. I think the football or something was on anyway, and he was doing that. And what happened is that so this waiter, now he knew that I was already in a relationship, right? And I was pushing a pushchair, you know, through the door, and he was trying to crack on to me. Yeah, they're fierce for that in Turkey, you know. I don't mean it disrespectful to anybody who comes from Turkey or anything like that, but I've experienced it, and I've been to Turkey, different places, a number of times, and I'm telling you now.
The only place I've been to is Paphos.
I've been to Paphos as well. I've been to Paphos, yeah. So you see, at the end of the day, you know, they can be very cheeky, you know. And there was a stage where they were coming up, even the mums and dads were like with the 16-year-old daughters, because ours were only beautiful, delicious little babies at that time, very little, you know. But what I'm saying is how it's gone lighter. But what I'm saying to you is that they're even going up, and there was a lot of that going on in Marmaris, you know, and there was a lot of complaints. Because even though they were, you know, with their mums and dads, these 16-year-old girls, dear Kaz and dear everybody, yes, they were still going up to them blatantly and asking them out in front of the you know, the lassies' mums and dads, you know.
What do they do?
Ever so cheeky, you know, and smacking their bum and pinching their bum. Yeah. Yes, there was a lot of that going on some years back. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, you have to be really, you know, some places you do have to be very careful. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could always speak up for myself, the same as, do you understand what I'm saying to you? But, you know.
My language is putrid.
Yes, but if you cannot, then.
They take over.
They take over, yeah. Anyway, Castor, is there anything else you want to say now, please, my little lovely?
No, I think we said.
Because I'm going to do our lunch now.
Yeah. I'll say what I want to say, you know what I mean?
Yes. It's just...
I'm glad Barris is going to resign, but he's not going to resign.
Well, we're going to have a look shortly now, and we're going to see...
I don't think he's going to resign. I think they're going to keep him, because they've got nobody to come in his place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
I mean, please do not get me wrong. Sorry to rudely interrupt you, dear Kaz and dear everybody, but you know what? I personally cannot stand the man.
You're not the only one?
I cannot stand him.
He looked like a demon.
I just do not feel that he's done anything for our country at all. Like I said before, and I'm saying it again, he's about as much use a chocolate teapot or a flipping ashtray on a motorbike, whereas he's no use at all. He's useless. But all he's doing is just lying in his own flipping skyrockets. Do you understand what I mean? Just like the rest of them, bare-faced liars they are.
Don't be little thing you don't have no use.
Yes.
Not a use.
No. Anyway, that's the end of the video, everyone. So it's just a general conversation, really. It's just all that we would do is just having a general conversation, not to offend or to upset anybody, okay? Because that's not why we're here, okay? It's just we're just having a general conversation. So some of you may find it interesting, but others of you, well, you may not, okay? So we can please some of the time, but we cannot please everybody all of the time, okay? But for those of you who do enjoy it, Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you all. Wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Much love. God bless until your next video. Take care. Thank you for watching.